right, hey guys, it's Dr. Chelle with Dr. Test Prep. And as you know, I like to spend most of my time with the 90% of kids who need are going up to like the 690, 700. But someone needed help with a con lesson. So instead of me creating brand new content, I'm just going to teach you the con lesson my way. And maybe if leave a note in the comments if you want me to do this for other ones. So we are doing Unit 10, Lesson 5. So this is the advanced questions. Once we dig a little bit deeper, these will get you in like the 680s and higher. What are the systems, solving systems of linear equations? So I'm just going right through con. Okay, here's something to know. The first 75% of this lesson, you don't even need to know because Desmos is going to do the work for you. So let me give you an example. Remember that with systems of linear equations, if the lines intersect, linear equations mean a straight line. If the lines intersect, then it has one solution. If the lines run parallel, then it has no solutions. And if the lines are right on top of each other, it has infinite solutions. So a lot of the harder questions needs to make you know that information. Really, you need to know the slopes unless you have Desmos. So let me show you a first example. So this is substitution. So I'm just going to go right into Desmos, and instead of doing it Khan Academy's way, I'm just going to type it in. And when I do this, I can see that these two cross at 2, 1. So according to Desmos, my answer is 2, 1. Let's click show me more and let's see what they say the answer is. 2, 1. Okay. Here, oh, look at how much harder this one looks. I jumped down a couple questions because I don't want us to spend a lot of time on the easier ones. These questions right here are probably like 550, 600 level questions. 7x minus 3y equals 19. Oops, helps if I type it in correctly. 7x minus 3y. If I zoom out, I can see it crosses at 4, 3. If I scroll down, 4, 3. Okay, so the first part is just teaching you how to do these problems using substitution. The next part of the con lesson says, okay, well, let me teach you how to do it with elimination. You don't have to know how to do it either way if you know how to do it in Desmos. But let's just, prove our point. So let's type in this elimination example. We've got 3x minus y equals 7. X plus 2y equals 21. Scroll out. They cross at 5, 8. Show me more. What's the answer? 5, 8. So this works the whole time. Again, these questions are under 600. Let's go into ones that are a little bit harder. This question about where did they make a mistake, I highly doubt you will see that on the digital SAT. That's just a con question for understanding, which you don't need to understand how to do elimination or substitution because you got Desmos. Again, you don't need to know this question because you're doing it graphically. Again, you don't need to know this question because you're doing it graphically. So just forget about it. Now they give you graphic examples, but let's look at this a little bit harder. So number of solutions. This is the same thing I told you. If the slopes are different, it's going to have one solution. It's going to intersect. If the slopes are the same, it's going to be parallel. And if they're right on top of each other, that means the slopes and the intercepts are the same. It's going to be infinite number. But you don't have to know about slope-intercept form because we're just going to do it in Desmos. How many solutions does this system have? Well, let's type it in. 1 divided by 3, use the arrow key to get out. X plus 2, y equals 3x plus 6. And look at the blue line and the green line are the same. Infinite number of solutions. Infinite many solutions. Done. Okay, let's look at this one. What is the value of x if xy is a solution? So basically, we're going to type this in. Here's our first equation. You don't have to worry about multiplying by -3 and doing elimination or putting in the y and doing distribution. Type it into Desmos. Here's my point. What's my x value? 5. Woohoo! I mean, really. Okay, it is going to get harder. Same thing here. 4x plus, actually, I'm not going to show you. Type it in. Look at the y number. Okay, same thing here. Type it in. Look at the answer. Now we're getting to the harder questions. So this would be a question that would be like 680 or higher, because the non-Desmos way is a pain in the bottom, but the Desmos way makes it easy. Watch what happens when I type this in. I've got ax minus 3y equals 21. Do I want to add a slider? Yup. Then I've got bx minus 3y equals 11. Do I want a slider? Yep. Now this says the system has no solutions. Well, look at it. It's very clear that these two lines are parallel. They have no solutions. Look what happens when I change my a value. All of a sudden, I have a solution. So what do I notice? I notice that no matter what, my A and B value has to be exactly the same, because that's the only way I'm going to have no solutions. I could have 4.4 and 4.4. It says constant, okay? I can have 5 and 5. Okay? I can have 55 and 55. Now, no matter what, here's the trick, and I got to zoom in so you can see, but you can see that they're parallel lines. The trick is that because the numbers have to be the same, what's A divided by B? Well, 5 divided by 5 is 1. If I made this 50 and 50, what's 50 divided by 50? 1. So what's the value of A and B? 1. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the video question. All right, here, this is a basic example. So I'm just going to show you my way to do it. Type it into Desmos. Y equals 2x, 3x plus y equals 30. I'm going to scroll out. They cross right here. What is the value of x? 6. Done. I don't have to do any of that crazy nonsense. Let's look at the next video. Ooh, this is a little bit harder. This is a good upper 600 level question. But if you have Desmos, it's crazy easy. Look what happens. 9x minus 14y equals negative 3. 2x minus ay equals negative 6. Do I want a slider? Yes. Now it wants me to do something where it has no solutions. So could I technically move the slider until I see no solutions? Yeah, but why bother when they give me multiple choice answers? So I'm going to just type in negative 9 divided by 14. Nope, those lines aren't parallel. Now, hopefully right away that you notice that this purple line is positive. So technically speaking, you might be thinking like, oh, I only need to check the positive ones. But it doesn't take long to type in a couple numbers. So I say just leave it in and look at it. Those intersect, so that's not no solutions because they intersect. That intersects, so it's not that one. So it's got to be the last one, which is 28 divided by 9. Parallel lines, that's your answer, 28 divided by 9. All right, let's take a look at these practice questions. So it says, how many solutions does this system have? Well, we're going to type this into Desmos, and you're going to notice something that might be a little frustrating. When I type this in, Desmos doesn't know what I'm talking about. They're like, Doc, what the heck is a letter Q? I don't know what to do with that. Am I supposed to add a slider? Like, Desmos is a little confused. So what I want you to do is I want you just to type it in, and then get ready for your mind to be blown. The letter P is going to be X. Whoa. The letter Q is going to be Y. Now I have a graph, and I can see that these two lines are parallel. And because these two lines are parallel, they'll never ever intersect, which means that how many solutions does the system have? None or 0. They have no solutions. Okay? No solutions. Next question. Here it wants us C as a constant, and it wants us to have the point negative 3, 3. So I'm going to type in 6 times y minus 4. And you might have different questions than I do, but these techniques will work the same way. Then I'm going to type in y equals c. Okay. Now, when I do that, it's kind of like it doesn't know what to do. So instead of me typing C, I'm going to type in the letter A because I really need, oh, it won't let me have a slider. All right, well, we know we need to go through the point -3, +3, because that's one of the solutions. So we want to type in each one of those answers, and one of those points will go through the red dot. And look, there you go. The first one goes right through the red dot. Let me show you an example of one that doesn't. Right here. Does it end up crossing? Yeah, we have a solution right here, but that solution is 105.21. We needed the solution to be this red dot, which is -3, which means this has to be 3. Because when I zoom in, it is a solution. That's the solution where they meet. Okay, let's look at this one. How many solutions does this system have? 19 minus 38y equals 76x. 24x equals -6 times 2y minus 1. Holy moly, there's a whole lot going on. Our blue and green line are exactly the same. So because of it, it has infinitely many. Okay. Now it wants us to multiply. I'm so glad we got these questions. Okay. So first of all, we don't want to deal with the sliders. I'm still going to type in the A's and B's, but what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to change the A's and B's to X's and Y's. And the reason why we're going to do that is because we need Desmos to graph it. I'm not changing it now because I'm trying to talk and type at the same time and I don't want to screw it up. For me, it's also easier to type everything because then I can just go AX, 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 BY, BY, BY. So much easier. All right, when I do that, it says, what's the value of A times B? Okay, because AB is a solution. So if I look right here, look at that nonsense I get. Okay, 2.333. So I'm going to type in 2.333. Now we know that this is a fraction answer because there's 3 decimal points, but we're estimating, so we're fine. 4.222. So I'm going to put times 4.222. Because we're estimating, we don't want to use the fraction button. So now we're going to type in each one of these answer choices, and one of those answer choices is going to be very close to 9.84. So clearly it's not 7/3. 38 divided by 9? Nope. 59 divided by 9? Nope. 266 divided by 27? Looks gosh darn pretty close to me. It's only off by what? 2 thousandths? That's our answer. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This is Doc Chelle. Leave a note in the comments if there's anything else you need me to create for you. Bye, guys.